Well, after the drama we saw in Monza 1 week ago, we didn't think Formula 1 could get as more entertaining as it did. Today, the 2020 Tuscan Grand Prix and Ferrari's 1000th Grand Prix couldn't have gone any more straightforward, and it didn't. It was absolutely crazy, and even though it finished as a processional Mercedes 1-2 on the podium, it was filled with action-packed, 2 red flags, loads of crashes, 12 classified finishes in today's race. Absolutely crazy. And the second race in Italy, the first one was incredible. The second one, probably not as incredible. As I say, it wasn't a Gasly win, but it was absolutely insane. Let's hope that the third one in Imola is entertaining as today. So let's take you back to the start of today's race at the 2020 Tuscan Grand Prix in Mugello. Absolutely crazy to think that Ferrari are 1,000 races old, as I say 1,000 years old, 1,000 races old today. It's a 1,028th race in classified Formula 1 in the 7-year anniversary. Stars really aligned to make it the 7-year anniversary and Ferrari's 1,000th Grand Prix. A special maroon colour on the Scuderia Ferrari cars, more maroon than Adam Levine likes in his band. So today they line up with Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc in promising positions, especially for Charles Leclerc, less so much for Sebastian, but it was hoping for a good race for Ferrari. Before the race we had a good tribute to Ferrari on the track and also on the TV, also showing some tribute to Ferrari and basically the success and the tribulations that that team has had. Over its 238 wins in Formula 1, with about a third of those coming from Michael Schumacher. It was really, really incredible, but today's action we were all focused on, and we were focused on the fight at the front. Lewis Hamilton battling Valtteri Bottas. Of course, Lewis takes 95th pole position yesterday. Valtteri, even though the strongest man throughout the whole weekend, is caught out with the yellow flags in qualifying 3, with Esteban Ocon pulling to the side. Anyway, so we start the race, and it is an incredible 59 laps. So before I jump into anything, and it's not straightforward, and I hope you have a spare hour and a bit, maybe even longer, let's run through the classifications of today's race. Lewis Hamilton takes his victory, 90th in his Formula 1 career, and 1 short of matching and 2 short of beating Michael Schumacher's record, the said Ferrari man who holds a third of their wins. Valtteri Bottas comes in second position, and as you will hear, it was really up and down for that man, but definitely looking strong this weekend. Alex Albon takes his first podium for Red Bull Racing and the first in his career. Absolutely incredible. Today he was set to become the longest standing Red Bull driver without a podium. Christian Klein held that record of 29 races, and Alex was about to match that, but thankfully he's broken that and he will step forward on the podium. Absolutely incredible for him, for the Thai driver. Fourth place is Daniel Ricciardo, the driver of the day. It was incredible. Cyril Abiteboul said that he was going to get a tattoo of Daniel Ricciardo's choosing anywhere on his body. We were basically waiting for Cyril to go to the tattoo parlour, shave his legs or wherever and get his tattoo, but it wasn't to be. That would have been absolutely incredible. I have a feeling it would be something to do with Lucy Goosey, but let us know in the comment section below what you think Daniel Ricciardo's tattoo would be on Cyril Abiteboul, and where as well. Keep it clean. 5th place is Sergio Perez. 6th place is Lando Norris. 7th is Danny Kvyat, the long-standing AlphaTauri driver. Good race from him. 8th place is Charles Leclerc. It is still very disappointing for a Scuderia Ferrari driver, but considering again their pace for both drivers and of course where they finished in the first Italian Grand Prix and for their 1000th Grand Prix, it's not too bad. Kimi Raikkonen, he had a 5th place grid penalty. He was a time penalty at the end of the race. He was ahead of Charles Leclerc, demoted because of the penalty. 10th place and just making the points, which very shock, is Sebastian Vettel, the 4-time world champion, the man who is in the 2nd Ferrari seat. Will be going to Aston Martin next year in his 1000th race. He just snatches 1 point. Again, not very good from them. 11th place is George Russell, just missing out on the point for him. Again, we are all gunning for him to get a point in Formula 1. Just missed out in this race. Very much like Austria, if you remember that all the way back with Nick Stevie, just missing out in 11th. Very much similar to George. And if you remember Austria as well, he just missed out to Sebastian also. And in last place was Roman Grosjean, the man who was involved in the second crash of today. Before we get to the second, let's bring you back to the first. So let's go through what happened. Of course, a lot of notes on today's race. Brilliant start from Bottas, jumping Lewis Hamilton into the first corner. Really looked good from him. Max Verstappen, who started in 3rd place, it was looking like it was going to be a good performance from him, up alongside Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. And then he just sort of almost went straight back, all of a sudden losing a lot of power in that car, definitely on the team radio vocal. Fell back to about 12th position. it was looking like it was going to be a big fight from Max, but not too long, as he was involved with a crash which involved Pierre Gasly, Roman Grosjean and Kimi Raikkonen going into a pretty tight chicane, and it just went all to blows in there. He was hit from the side, it took a big whack on his gearbox, ended up in the very deep gravel traps. After the dust settled, found out that the Dutchman had nowhere to go. He was out on the spot, and also Pierre Gasly was out on the spot. 16th qualifying for him wasn't great, didn't get a good start off the line, and the race winner from last weekend didn't make it basically at the end of lap 1. Really unfortunate. If you remember, Olivier Panis in 1996 was the last French winner in Monaco. Well, again, the next race for him in Barcelona, he retired on lap 1. So very similar, unfortunately, for the Frenchman that he took over from when he won in Monza. So it wasn't good from him. Max was out straight away. Carlos Sainz, massive spin, putting up loads of tyre smoke in that race, and Sebastian Vettel also came to blows, pitting on lap 1, replacing his front wing. After a bad qualifying from him, a bad start off the line, he was down in plumb last. The safety car came out, of course, and it was very, very big to see that. Now, the safety car was, to be honest, inevitable, but it was nice to see that red car driven by Bert Mailander today, of course, for the 1000th race for Ferrari. It was pretty inevitable that a safety car would come out. I think it was around a third possibility in the race. Didn't have to wait long for it to come out back again. Now, this was a massive crash. Now, so first safety car start after about 4 or 5 laps behind the safety car. Valtteri Bottas has the chance to lead all the cars out. Until he crosses a second safety car line, he is effectively the safety car. He can basically determine how fast everyone goes, his tyres, and it's his call when he wants to jump. Of course, Lewis Hamilton getting very close, everyone getting incredibly close together. And my cycling racing days came flooding back when I saw this. Everyone getting very, very close to jumping. And then the jumps, everyone, out of position, swerving, I can't say that, whatever. There were, nobody was in position and nobody was ready for this start. And to be honest, it was Valtteri's jump, but even before that, it all came to blows. The midfield just, everyone came together, swerving, people going different times, people jumping at different times. It was absolutely insane. Kimi Raikkonen and Carlos Sainz were the ones who made the jump as well, along with Kevin Magnussen. Some drivers were passengers, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Carlos Sainz, Kevin Magnussen, Nicolas Latifi and Esteban Ocon were collected in that crash, and 4 out of 5 of those drivers, excluding Ocon for this time, retire on the spot. A start-finish calamity, basically about 2.5 seconds after the safety car peels off. It's absolutely incredible. And after Valtteri's great start, because remember, he nailed the second start, that all came to blows as the safety car comes out yet again. They go into the pit lane, but before they get there, the race is red flagged. It's absolutely crazy. We've had 9 laps at this point. We've had a safety car, we've had 2 crashes, we've had a safety car, we've had a red flag. It's absolutely crazy. Again, it worked out for some people who were in good positions, very much like Monza. Of course, you can go into the pits and you can change tyres, you can change strategies and anything that's dangerous on the car, as long as you don't replace it with anything lighter or illegal that's not, of course, declared before the race. So it was looking for a pretty good start, and they were going to be going into a second standing start for today's race. Now, again, that is absolutely incredible to see. It's not just a safety car start, it is a standing start. They go back onto the grid and have a start like normal. This time it went in the way of Lewis Hamilton, who was in second place and was basically here there to jump Valtteri Bottas like he did for him. Lewis ends up in the lead. It was a bad start for Alex Albon, who was running in a very, very good position at this point. We all thought Albon, the sole Red Bull man, or I definitely thought anyways, don't know why I'm wearing this by the way, that he could get some good results. It was a bad start from him. He fell down to 7th place in that start of 13 drivers. And that's the thing as well, which made it quite good. We were seeing less drivers start. It was 13 compared to 20. Absolutely crazy to see that. Wasn't good from them. Charles Leclerc was the first Ferrari to bite in terms of the pits. He went into the hard strategy opposite to Sebastian Vettel, and that was exactly the same as what Valtteri Bottas did a few laps later. He went on the opposite strategy to Lewis Hamilton. I think it was plan A for Lewis and plan B for Valtteri, trying to go for the long run. They didn't think anything else would happen in the drama of the race. It wasn't looking like anything was going to happen, and we ran for about 20 odd laps without any real danger. Now, I thought this was a really bad thing to see. A lot of people I saw on Twitter and things are saying that it was his fault. It definitely wasn't. Lance Stroll just catches a little bit too much of the curb, but he was complaining about a puncher, and I think that was the cause. He spins out and has a high-speed G-force impact going into the gravel. Gravel not strong enough to stop him, and he whacks the side of the track, brings out the safety car, and then again the red flag. Now, the reason why there were so many red flags in the race was, you know, it is a small circuit, of course, but because of the amount of gravel on the track, as soon as a car goes wide, and even when cars were dipping wheels and they were getting close to the gravel, and even the suction from the wind, the gravel was getting put onto the track. There was so much gravel, and if you saw some of the photos, there was so much gravel on the track. We saw, of course, the crash at the start. I mean, that was more debris from them, but it was still some of the tyre mark from the gravel. We saw the first crash as well. Max, again, all the gravel that he churned up when he was trying to get out, of course, went over the track. And the third one with Lance, even though the impact came off the track, all the gravel that was picked up in that impact went all over the track, and it needed to be red flagged then. And of course, it needed to be red flagged so that the safety barriers were, of course, fixed. So that, of course, meant that he was out. A very unfortunate result for him. He was running in third place for a lot of the race and was looking to get his second consecutive third place or podium finish in a row, and of course second in Italy, a track that he couldn't read, that, you know, for some reason likes Lance Stroll. I think he is half Italian or something, and of course, you know, Lavazza. No, that's Latifi, isn't it? Forget that. I didn't say that. Right, anyways, moving on. So, of course, lap 45, the red flag. Now, we've had 3 standing starts in 3 races. Austria 1987, Belgium 1990, and, of course, today's race. A lot of drama in today's race, and it was the first one since since Brazil 2016, since we had 2 red flags in that. And of course, if you remember that was a rained out dramatic race which finished with Max Verstappen the winner. Unfortunately, Max couldn't get the win today as he was out on lap 1, very bored, almost 2 hours of just staying around in the pit lane. When I say that, I don't know if he did. I mean, I know Ocon did and Latifi did. I don't know if Verstappen did, but it was a long time to stay around. I definitely wouldn't. Of course, after the third start, Daniel Ricciardo, third place. It was amazing. He was already about 80% up on driver of the day. It was looking very good for the Honey Badger, and Cyril was sitting there, you know, scared because he would be getting a tattoo of Daniel Ricciardo somewhere on his body. We would like to have seen that, and I say that in terms of you might want to see the tattoo, but you'd have definitely wanted to see Daniel Ricciardo on top of the podium. The man who came to Renault in 2019, of course, 1 season and now is in his second. He will be moving to McLaren next year, and he's had no podium to show for it so far. Very strong in Belgium and very strong today, and it was looking good that he would have it. He even jumped one of the Mercedes drivers, of Valtteri Bottas, into the first corner after the third start. It was looking incredible, but it was not to be. Fell back to third place and then fell again to fourth. Now, was this a little bit like my feelings in Monza, where I want, you know, the Red Bull driver, or I want the Red Bull related driver, obviously in that race, Pierre Gasly, to get through. But I also want the other guy, Daniel Ricciardo, and of course in Monza's sake, Carlos Sainz, to get through as well. So it was kind of like, what do I want? I liked Albon to get on the podium, which of course he did, and I'm very happy. But I did want to see Daniel Ricciardo also get on the podium. Of course, ex-Red Bull driver, incredible driver as well. Albon went around the outside, and to be honest, I was getting flashbacks of, okay, the Australian isn't the Brit of Lewis Hamilton, but I was getting flashbacks of Brazil and Austria, and I was like, maybe that's not going to go very well. But he made it. He was a sole Red Bull driver to score 15 solid points. Today, of course, Mercedes taking the maximum and the fastest lap. Incredible for them, and I would say 90th win for Lewis Hamilton. Tuscany today was absolutely incredible. Brilliant circuit. Even though it wasn't a Ferrari win, I mean, did you want Ferrari to win the 1000th Grand Prix for, you know, ceremonially reasons? That's not a word, but you know what I mean, like a special reason. I don't think I did. I think I would have liked it just to be an entertaining race and honour, you know, Enzo Ferrari, and honour Ferrari, to say that, you know, this is our motorsport and it's a very special race. So in that way, I would say that Ferrari would be very, very happy about what they saw today. Enzo Ferrari would have definitely taken his hat off, and I think Mugello and Italy, and even the people coming down from Maranello, which is only 30 kilometres away from the track in Mugello, would have definitely been happy with what they saw today. Formula One, an incredible race filled with loads of drama, loads of things going wrong, and you know, some things that you would have liked to have seen, some things that you might not have wanted to see, some things that are just absolutely crazy, but definitely making an incredible second race in Italy. As I say, it's been a country that has definitely served us well in 2 out of their 3 races. As I say, we're going to be going to Imola just before the end of the season, so it should be a very special race in that one. Also, that was Italy, absolutely incredible to see. And yeah, as I say, Ferrari's 1000th Grand Prix. So let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of the race? It can only be a 10 out of 10, of course. Let me know your driver of the day, of course. And yeah, how entertaining was this race for you? It went on for so long, I think about 2.5 hours. It was absolutely incredible to see. The sun was definitely setting in Mugello, if you could see. Absolutely incredible for that. And also, just one last thing before we finish. Fans on the track, or not on the track, watching the race, absolutely incredible. No on-track action was incredible enough to say that the off-track action with fans was insane. To have fans, I mean, you know, we take it as kind of a, you know, we think that we just should get it every single race, bit like football and bit like other sports. We should see them all the time. But when we've gone so long without any fans attending the events in the sport, whatever it is, in Formula One, it's been definitely missed. When we get it in today's event, even though it's not a sellout crowd, it's so special. And every single time they were clipping to the grandstands and going past the tracks, you just expected to see normal boards like you did last time. But this time, we're seeing fans. It's absolutely incredible to see. I was very happy. And if you were at the race, I mean, yeah, how incredible was that? If you were on the main straight, you got to see 3 starts, a crash, all that pit lane action, and of course, podium and everything else. It's absolutely incredible. Lucky you. I don't know how you got that, but, you know, let us know. And maybe we can have more fans in the races to come, and maybe that just spurs more people to say, do you know what? I'm going to take the risk of this COVID, and I'm going to go and enjoy Formula 1, which I definitely think should definitely be there. We should know the risks, of course, and it's still a worrying time we're living in, but I love the fact that people are going to the races. And saying that, I want to go watch motorsport and watch Ferrari and watch this incredible race. And if you took that risk, you were definitely rewarded in today's event. Absolutely incredible. My race rating, do you know what? I'm going to say 10 out of 10. I loved it so much. I knew Lewis Hamilton was going to win. I'm happy because I got my fastest lap. First place and third place. Second place, of course, was Max Verstappen, let us down, as sometimes he does a little bit more than I'd like him to. And obviously I'm wearing them today, so you know that I'm definitely, you know, heartbroken. I don't know why I wore this. Could have taken it off after, 20 seconds. So I'm pretty happy with that. 10 out of 10, definitely. Absolutely incredible race. Was it better than Monza? I'm going to say yes, it was. I'm going to say it definitely was. Gasly's win was incredible, but I'm going to say that it was better than Monza. It had all the drama that we would like to see. Of course, okay, yes, we don't always want to see crashes, we want to see some amazing racing, but it was such carnage today. It was an amazing race, and, a better race than Monza, and that is my opinion. So obviously, let me know in the comment section below, do you think it was better than Monza? And what is your race rating and your driver of the day? Daniel Ricciardo won driver of the day, but do you have someone different? George Russell is very close in my eyes. Alex Albon as well, but I'm going to agree with the consensus and say Daniel Ricciardo. And actually, even Charles Leclerc, that pace is not good, but how the way that he was able to wrestle that car around, especially when he was running in positions like third place in the race, it shows how strong of a driver that he is. Thank you very much for watching this race reaction. We hope that you enjoyed the race, of course. We have a week off. We have a week's reprieve. I think we all need that for sure. Then we are back in Sochi, which is a race which will be attended by full of their attendance. Absolutely incredible. I can't wait to see. That'll definitely show how Formula 1 is moving in the right direction. Thank you very much for watching this one. We hope you're staying safe. We hope that you enjoy, and we hope that you can stay tuned with us for the rest of the 2020 season. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We have so much more content coming your way since over the 2020 season, and race week is just action-packed for you guys. Agree or disagree, F1 24/7 news, the F1 debate show, the race preview to, of course, this race, and the race reaction on the Sunday. Next week we have F1 24/7 news, and of course the F1 debate show on Saturday. And then of course the next week will be Russia, starting off with Agree or Disagree on the Tuesday. It will be action-packed. It will be good to see. We hope that you enjoy us, and we hope that you can stay tuned for that. Anyways guys, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.